Skubal to the mound. He's pitched 6 pitches. He's got 1 on, 1 out, and up is Churio. Pitch on the way is way outside on a fastball, missing for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, just the start of things here at Dodger Stadium. Leadoff hitter got on with a base hit for the Brewers. And here we are with Churio at the plate. Dodgers pitches swung on and missed on the slider. Big swing and a miss. Dodgers trying to rebound after yesterday losing. Dodgers are in full aware of the importance of this series for them. Pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Contreras at first, getting off with a leadoff single. Laura made out, and now we got Churio. The pitch swung on, and a high fly ball hit out to deep right field and foul. Check that deep left field. Yes, Teoscar went over there and gave it a look and realized it was far beyond his reach back up into the stands, but it did stop your hearts of the fans here in Dodger Stadium for only a moment. Two and two, the count to Churio. Scoobs, as he likes to be called, on the mound. 1 out, 1 on, and Churio steps out. Just the start of things here in Los Angeles. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and down he goes on the changeup. 88-mile-an-hour changeup rings him out for strikeout number 1, and Scoobs has 2 outs now in the first inning. Nice placed ball by Scoobs on that pitch. 2 outs, 1 on, no score, just the start of things here with Bowers now to the plate. There's a ground ball hit sharply down, base hit through into the left field. Teoscar picks it up, and there's now 2 on with 2 out. Single by Bowers. And up comes Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn. So this is the second start for Scoobs as a Dodger in Dodger Stadium, his 3rd start overall. Let's see if he can make this a more impressive start than his last one, where he pitch swung on and missed on the changeup. 0-1 the count to Vaughn. This season, Vaughn hitting in 79 games, .297, 5 home runs and 34 ribbies. Scoobs with 2 on, 2 outs, and an 0-1 pitch to Vaughn. The pitch on the way is low in the changeup for ball 1. This will be his 15th pitch already in this inning. 1-1 pitch, high fly ball. Hopefully this will get him out of it. In comes Tucker and right. He's there. He's got it. Waving off Edmund, second baseman going out, and that'll do it for the Brewers in the first inning. The score, after the Brewers get 2 hits, no score for the Brewers. The Dodgers coming up. For the Dodgers, it'll be Ohtani leading off, and then followed by Freeman. He hit in the second spot yesterday. He's back in the second spot again today. Pages is 3rd, Muncie's 4th, Betts is 5th. Tucker back in right field, hitting in the 6th slot. Edmonds is 7th. Teoscar is 8th. And Rovert behind the plate tonight in place of Fiducia is hitting ninth. So there's the Dodger lineup. All right, so Logan Hernandez about ready to Henderson. Logan Henderson, starting pitcher, 11 starts, 6-2 record with a 2.88 ERA, about ready to step up to the mound and face Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's pitch is on the way, taken for called strike one. Fastball, 93 mile an hour fastball. So quite a bit of difference change from yesterday when we got 103 pitches out of the gate for Mizorowski, and today they start out with a fastball that's 93. Pitch on the way is outside. That's also a fastball at 93 for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Logan Henderson. Pitch is taken outside for ball 2. So Ohtani being a little bit more selective right outside the gate. You can obviously tell. Yesterday it was first ball swinging away facing Mizorowski. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is taken outside for ball 2. Ball 3 change up. So that was a change-up pitch. In his last start versus the Dodgers on May 22nd, he threw 85 pitches. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back and out of play, a 94 mile an hour fastball. Welcome in, Andrew. Let's go, Dodgers, indeed. So 3-2 the count to Shohei. No score. Milwaukee got 2 hits in that first inning, but failed to bring him home. There's a shot right into right field for a base hit, and Shohei's aboard with a single. Lining up the Brewers defensively, there's Churro in left, Laura in center, and Lockridge in right field. Third base at Vaughn, shortstop Ortiz, second base Ornelas, he started yesterday, and Bowers as at back at first base. Behind the plate is Sanchez, and on the mound Henderson. The DH for today is Contreras, giving Yelich the day off. Contreras started off with a base hit. So with Ohtani on, up comes Freddie Freeman in 120 games, hitting .301, 15 home runs, and 57 ribbies. The changeup is taken for ball 1 to Freeman. So let's see how long Roberts continues to put Freeman in that number 2 spot, with Paez hitting in the 3rd spot, being dropped 1. Welcome in, JT. Pitcher's a ground shot, foul down the first baseline. Almost fair. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Freeman. Ohtani led things off with a single to right field. Now it looks like Freeman may have broken his bat. So as he goes ahead and puts more pine tar on this bat and comes up to the plate, since July 4th in 34 games, he's hitting .320, second in the National League, 1 home run and 10 ribbies. So with a .74 OPS. So that right there answers the question, why is Freddie Freeman now in the number 2 spot? Obviously to give him more chances at the plate. like they have Ohtani leading off. 1-1 the count to Freeman. The pitch is low for ball 2. So Roberts obviously paying attention to the stats, as analytics is a big part of baseball. As I just told you that stat in 34 games, what Freeman's hitting. So that's why he's up there in the number 2 order. The 2-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball. Back goes. He's got a Cheerio. He's makes the catch. And there'll now be 1 out. Ohtani goes back to first. And up comes Pages. This season, Pages in 123 games, hitting .269, 20 home runs and 77 ribbies, .293 at home. So that's where he's at now, hitting .293. We'll go with that. The pitch is just for a strike, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Oh, and 1 the count to Pages. Ohtani led off with a single, and there he stays at first. Pitch called strike 2. So right off the bat, I can obviously tell a little more discipline by the Dodgers, not wanting to swing, be free swinging like they were yesterday and the day before that. A little bit more patience at the plate with a count 0-2 now on Pages. Let's see what he's going to do here. Welcome in, Blitzery, into the chat. Vote on the poll, it's up. The 0-2 pitch is taken for called strike 3. So Pages did not swing at 1 pitch there and is blown out on 3 pitches, and down he goes looking. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Max Muncy to the plate. Muncy swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. In 114 games, hitting .249, 23 ribbies and 50. Check that, 23 home runs and 59 ribbies. So 2 outs now. Ohtani, I believe it was yesterday, got a double to start the game and stayed at second. Or it was in Thursday's game. They failed to bring him home, and he leads off with a single, and there he stays now. Changeup swung on and missed. Count is now 1-1 to Muncy. One and 1 the count to Max Muncy. The pitch, little ground foul, never back to the backstop. Count is now 1-2. This is a big game for the Dodgers. If they win this game, they'll take command of the series lead over Milwaukee, looking for tiebreakers. There's a ground foul on the changeup. Count is now 1-2. And the Dodgers trying to prevent having the Brewers win the series. If they win this, it'll be a 2-2 split, which will go a long way. Welcome in, Elliot. Pages still doesn't know his strike zone. Yeah, for whatever reason, he didn't swing. Usually a free swinging guy. He didn't swing at 1 pitch on that at bat. That was kind of unusual for him. 1-2 the count to Muncy. The pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. So Henderson strikes out 2 and gives up that leadoff single to Ohtani, where he stayed, a stranded man for the Dodgers. So the score after 1 complete inning, Brewers 0, Dodgers 0. And up for the Brewers coming up, it'll be Sanchez, Lockridge, and Ortiz. Poll question is up in the chat. If you haven't voted for it, step right in and vote for that poll question. Make your voice heard. Thank you all for choosing this station to tune in for. So As I said, it'll be Sanchez coming up, followed by Lockridge. And then Ortiz, and if anybody gets on, Ornelas. Ornelas, playing second base, came in yesterday and played. And he's back in there again today. From their usual lineup, looks like the Brewers today, they're giving off Yelich the day off, as well as Mitchell. And then they just shuffled around some players in different positions. How we're looking so far? Welcome in, Rico. Right now, both teams have gone out in, well, actually not true. The Brewers, their first at-bat, got 2 singles, stranded those guys, and the Dodgers got a single by Ohtani and stranded him. So that's where we're at as we enter into the second inning. No score, as it's Skubal now will take the mound for his second inning of work. Henderson on the mound for the Brewers. Okay, so Scoobs, as he likes to be called, I'll refer to him as Scoobs on this broadcast. The pitch on the way is taken for called strike 1 to Sanchez. Sanchez, in 67 games, hitting .227, 10 home runs, and 29 ribbies. The pitch is swung on and missed. Sanchez, the normal catcher, or normally is a catcher, and played first base yesterday, got eaten up by a hard grounder at first base. He's learning the position at first. Today he's in his normal position behind the plate. The 0-2 pitch is taken just a little outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Skubal trying to keep that pitch count down. He threw a little bit, what did he throw? 15 pitches in that first inning. Pitches swung on and fouled away. Count remains 1-2. Scoobs has given up 2 hits in the first inning. And let's see what he can do. First pitch, high riding fastball for ball 2. He did work his way out of that little jam that he put himself in. Two balls, 2 strikes. We're top of the second inning. Just start. There's a swing and a miss, and Scoobs gets his first strikeout of the game. Second strikeout. Check that. Second strikeout. So he got 1 in the first inning, and now he gets 1 here in the second inning, and that's where he's at. So 1 out in the second inning. Always a big out to get that first guy. You definitely don't want to walk him, but you do want to get him out. So 1 out, nobody on, and up comes Lockridge, getting his first start of the series, playing right field tonight, and he's taken high on the changeup for ball 1. This season, in 36 games, he's hitting .280, no home runs, and 12 ribbies. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch way high for ball 2 on the fastball. Pitch on the way is high for ball 3. So Revert is behind the plate for the Dodgers today in place of Fiducia, who's normally been the normal catcher. So a 3-0 count to Lockridge is right down the middle for a fastball for strike 1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Skubal now has thrown 26 pitches. The count is full. Three and two, the count to Lockridge. One out. Second inning. The pitch taken inside for ball four, and he walks him on a changeup. And now the Brewers are back in business with a man on base. And up comes Joey Ortiz. He hit that two-run home run yesterday, 4 for 10 in this series with a double and a home run and 4 RBIs. So Skubal knows he has to buckle down now and get out Ortiz with a man aboard. In 101 games, Ortiz is hitting .247, 6 home runs, and 33 ribbies. So he's definitely been playing over his head, so to speak, in this series. Swung on and missed on the changeup. Big swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1. Now would be a good idea to shoot 2 right now and get out of this inning. Since July 4th, he's hitting .345. So that's the guy hitting number 1. Freeman's hitting number 2 since July 4th. Pitch is low for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So as I said earlier, Freeman's hitting the second highest in the National League since 4th of July. And we found the guy who's hitting number 1 since the 4th of July. So this will be Skubal's 30th pitch coming up right here. 1 on, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. You got that right, Rico. I'm all in. Notre Dame, Florida. Notre Dame, Wisconsin. I'm jacked up and ready to see those Fighting Irish take the field. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate the help along the way. I'll be here doing NFL. Did my first NFL game yesterday, Rams and Chiefs. Back to live action. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Ortiz, swung on and fouled away. So now Skubal's averaging 15 pitches an inning. Big double play will help out here with only 1 out and 1 on. The pitch swung on and missed. Okay, take the strikeout and down he goes. That'll be a 3rd strikeout for Skubal. And now there's 2 outs in the second inning. So 2 outs, 1 on. Ornelas coming to the plate, then hitting in the 9th spot. There's a good hitter, a swing and a miss, a high riding fastball in 97, clocked at 97. He couldn't lay off of that. Ornelas just got called up from AAA. So he's hitting .133 here in the majors. That based on yesterday's game. 0-1 the count. The pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play, and it's now 0-2. So let's see if Skubal challenges here and goes after him. Imagine coming up in your second game in the majors and you're facing Skubal on the mound. (0-2 the count to Ornelas. Skubal checks the runner at first. 2 out, second inning. Pitch. There's a shot, line drive, base it into left field. And our Skubal's aboard and moving over to third. So that was interesting. So now the Brewers have runners at first and third. How in the world did he get to... He just kept moving. Yeah, okay, threw it into second. He threw behind the runner. There you go. So Now Contreras to the plate. So Contreras hit that 2-run home run yesterday. He's 1 for 1 with a single to start the game off with. Two on, 2 outs. Skubal with his hands full again. He had the same situation in the first inning. This one's high for ball 1. Runner at first, runner at third. 2 outs in the second inning. Pitch is taken low, 97-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 2 to Contreras. So Skubal's now thrown 38 pitches. Trying to get out of here with under 40. Good call, Elliott. Good call indeed. Pitch is taken low, sinker for ball 3. And now will be Elliott's call at 40 pitches right here coming up. 2 on, runner at first, runner at third. 3-1 count. No score in this game, but the Brewers are knocking on the door right here. The pitch swung on and fouled back. So full count remains. You're right, JT. They got to strike him out right here and get out of this inning on his 41st pitch if he does it. That's 20 an inning average. Not good. So 3-2 the count. Full count. Skubal with 2 men on. 2 outs, second inning. It's a warm, hot day in Dodger Stadium, so they were already saying look for a lot of home runs flying out of here. Pitch swung on. High pop-up. It's going out as Muncy coming in. It's going to fall in between Teoscar and Muncy. They couldn't get to it, and that ball was in foul territory. So just a little out of their grasp. And Muncy and Teoscar kind of running almost at like 3/4 speed. None of them was really busting a gut like we saw from Edman in the outfield on Thursday when he dove and caught a ball at 100 miles an hour. He was running. He was moving down to catch that ball in foul territory. Okay, 3-2 the count. He's got to crank it up again. 2 outs, 2 on. Here we go again. Pitch swung on. Another foul ball back. And Contreras is working on driving up the pitch count for Skubal here. His 42nd pitch. 21 pitches an inning he's averaging. And he's taken 7 pitches from Skubal, in fact. 3-2 the count. The pitch. Low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And up comes Lara. Louis Lara now coming up to the plate. Mark Pryor going out to the mound to have a word with Skubal, see what they can put together. So if you're new to the channel, enjoy my play-by-play, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll be here bringing you Dodger baseball, NFL football, NBA basketball. But right now it's all about the MLB and the Dodgers and seeing if Skubal can get out of this inning unscathed without allowing a run. No score, second inning, bases loaded. Skubal got out of the first inning, left 2 men on base. Now he's trying to get out of here and leave the bases loaded. Let's see what he's going to do. So Pryor's returned to the dugout. Lara's to the plate. And the pitch is swung on and missed on a changeup for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Good point, Elliott. We have to wonder, swung on. There's a little ground ball, and it'll go foul. So now it's 0-2. on Elliott's point of saying it may take him some time to get used to the division, keep in mind it's the other works for the hitters too, not familiar with Scooble. So that's always one of those things. Who has the advantage early? Like in football, for example, the defense or the offense. Or on this one, the pitcher or the hitters, when they haven't faced either one. So 0-2 the count to Laura. Scooble's got the bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the second inning. He's already thrown 45 pitches. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a little nubber. Here comes Betts in a hurry. He shovels. Oh, he shoveled over to second base. He couldn't catch it. Was Edman, and the run scores. Oh, I don't think Edman was maybe fully really ready for that. It was so close, and the little underhand kind of ate up Edman at second base, and the bases remain loaded. So Mookie had the option. He could have thrown to first, but he went the little way, maybe about a 2 yards, 6 feet away from Edman, and it just kind of ate him up. The runner slid in safe. The bases remain loaded, and it's 1-0 for the Brewers. Pitch is low for ball 1 on the changeup to Churio. His first time up, he was 0 for 1. They're not going to call that an error. A fielder's choice is what they'll call it, and the Brewers score. So 48th pitch by Scooble coming up here. Swung on a high fly ball. It's going to be playable as in center field, fighting the sun badly as Pages still fighting it and makes the catch for the third out. So that'll do it. The whole time, Pages had his hand to the sky, looking up, and he caught it. So that'll do it. The score at the end of an inning and a half, Brewers 1, Dodgers 0. Brewers take the lead, but if you're a Brewers fan right now, you got to be not too pleased because you've left 5 men on base already. They left 2 in the first, 3 in the second inning. So those stranded guys will come back to haunt them later on if they don't muster up a few more runs in this game. So 1-0 Brewers lead, and now it's a Dodgers turn to try to get back into this game. They got the chance. They were a little more selective, which I liked in the first inning with pitches. Maybe a little bit too selective. Pages didn't even swing at one pitch. But now comes Betts, Tucker, and Edman. So let's see if Betts tries to right away come out of the gate and make amends for that play at shortstop, even though they didn't. Oh, they did count it as an error. Okay, they did count it as an error. Looking on this scorecard, 2 different scorecards I'm looking at. One counted as an error, the other one didn't, which is interesting. So the Brewers in 2 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors, have left 5 men stranded on base. And the Dodgers, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error, and they left 1 man stranded in their first inning. Good memory, Elliott, on that almost happened in the World Series with Mookie. Decided to, if he would have gone the short way to Kim, instead he threw to Freeman. So the sun is indeed playing already into this game, as Mookie Betts had that fly ball he couldn't catch that was foul. It was foul ball. It was Muncy as well as Pages. He couldn't see it. And then Pages now fighting. It was Teoscar, Muncy, and Betts trying to get that foul ball. And the sun was eating them all up. So the first pitch is a strike to Betts. We're in the second inning. Tommy Edman on deck. Pitch to Mookie is taken for called strike 2 on the cutter. Mookie hitting .236 in 87 games, 15 ribbies, 40 ribbies, 15 home runs. 0-2 the count to Mookie. The pitch on the way. Swung on and line foul. No balls, 2 strikes. to Mookie Betts. Dodgers trailing 1-0. The pitch. Swung on. There's a pitch line. Base hit into right field. So Mookie's aboard. So good job, Mookie. Give him the bongo beat on that one for coming back from that play at second base. Now let's see if he can work his way around the base paths and score. Looking at Henderson, he doesn't look someone, to me at least, in the 22 pitches that I've seen him throw, as someone that's going to be overpowering and intimidating. Now Kyle Tucker, who had the day off yesterday, he's back in there now at the plate in 116 games, hitting .234, 11 home runs and 54 ribbies, takes the first pitch for ball one. So the Dodgers really being a lot more selective. Have to wonder if they had some type of a team meeting and say, let's be a lot more selective. What are we doing going up there first ball swinging? Just from what I'm seeing in the first 6 hitters so far in this game. Pitch is way outside for ball 2 on the changeup. 80-mile-an-hour changeup. 1 on for the Dodgers. No outs here in the second inning. Tucker trying to drive him home. James is back in. Welcome in, James. Pitch on the way is a strike. So 2-1 the count. I did see highlights of that game, James, where that rookie hit 3 home runs against the Cubs yesterday in his first 3 at-bats in the majors. There's a strike. So the count is now 2-2 to Tucker. That's a Major League Baseball record, or never before been done. His first 3 at-bats in the major leagues, guy from the Cardinals hits 3 home runs in Wrigley Field. And the Cubs lost to the Cardinals. So they throw over there to first base. Mookie Betts diving back is safe. Kyle Tucker has a 2-2 count. Henderson's now thrown 26 pitches. And the pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball. It's going out to right field. He's there. Bowers to make the catch, make that Lockridge and right for out number 1. So with 1 out, 1 on. Up comes Tommy Edman. Edman in 48 games hitting .270, 4 home runs and 23 ribbies. Henderson's pitch. There's a ground ball sharply hit down to second baseman. Ornelas backhanded short way to shortstop, on the way to first for the double play. And the Dodgers lose out on a golden opportunity to tie this game in the second inning. The score after 2 complete innings. Brewers 1, Dodgers 0. That'll be a 4-6-3 putout, going from Ornelas to Ortiz, back to Bowers, and the Dodgers leave another stranded guy on base. So Dodgers have left 2 guys stranded on base, and the Brewers have left 5. We move to the 3rd inning. Let's see. The Cubs are currently 3.5 games back, JT. 3.5 back. 4 games in the loss column, but 3.5 on the standings. So I wonder, let me see what those Cubbies did today. They've got to have been finished by now. Looking. Might have won. Oh, okay, so they're in progress. The Cardinals are winning 9-2 over the Cubs, so James left that game to come over here to check this out. Alrighty, no issues there. As the Dodgers trailing 1-0 trying to shut down the Brewers from scoring any more. So let's see if Skubal can get out of here with about 15, less than 15 pitches. First pitch on the way to Bowers is taken for strike one. And this pitch coming up will be Skubal's 50th pitch of the game. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Bowers. Swung on. There's a high fly ball that'll drop into center field. A line drive. And Bowers is aboard with a single. So yet another Brewer on. We're in the third inning. One on, no outs, and up comes Vaughn. Skubal's already thrown 50 pitches, just the start of the third inning. Now's the time to return the favor and shoot two right here. The pitch on the way is taken. They're going to challenge. Let's see. Ump never did give a call. Who's challenging? What's going on? Let's see it. It's going to be a Dodgers challenge, and it'll be a strike. Okay, so there you go. Nice call, but Revert, I guess, is the one that challenged it. So instead of 1-0, it's 0-1. Vaughn to the plate, hitting .295. Bowers away from first base, pitches low, the sinker, and it's now 1-1. Elliott, we love our double plays. As Andrew Vaughn waiting in, he flew out in his first at bat, so it was 0-1. 1-1, the pitch is outside for ball two. It's now 2-1. Two balls, one strike to Vaughn. One on, no outs. We're in the third inning as the Brewers leading 1-0. Let's shoot your double play, Elliott. We love our double plays. Elliott's already calling for it. Let's see if they can turn one for him right here. He called it. 2-1 the count. Long pause by Skubal. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to Betts. He scoops under Edman over to Freeman for the 6-4-3 double play, and Elliott is correct. So 2 outs in the third inning. Nicely called by Elliott as he saw it coming. And there's now 2 outs in this inning. You're right, Brian Smith. His pitch count is up there. He threw far too many pitches. The second inning is what's really started to get to him. He's thrown 54 currently, but now he's got 2 outs. Maybe he can get out of here with this guy, make quick work of him, and that'll help tremendously to keep that pitch count down. First pitch is fouled back. Sanchez is at the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat. Skubal has 3 strikeouts. So if he can get this one out, like I said, he was averaging 25 pitches. There's a fly ball. Let's see, moving out is Freeman. Coming over, Freeman looking, oh, nice backhanded over the shoulder catch. If you're old enough to remember Willie Mays' backhanded over the shoulder catch in the Polo Grounds, that was very similar. What a play by Freddie Freeman along just in the fair territory, in fact. If he doesn't catch that, the runner from first is still running and might even possibly score. So that'll do it for the Brewers, and Skubal keeps his pitch count down. And the score after 2.5 innings remains Brewers 1, Dodgers 0. And up for the Dodgers coming in the bottom of the third, it'll be Hernandez, Rovert, and Ohtani, the top of the order. So hopefully now, the top of the order, second time around, Dodgers will start to hone in and go after Henderson. Let's see. We can only hope that something will happen, because I really think Henderson's beatable, very beatable. Again, thank you all for tuning in to the channel. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, get on board, subscribe. I'm here doing Dodger baseball the rest of the year, and then on to the NFL we go. So subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to give you the best word's eye view I possibly can calling the games. and his pitch count is a lot at 55. You're exactly right. When he went into the third inning at the start, I think he had close to 50 pitches already, so not bad in the last, this third inning. That double play helped out a lot to get him out of the inning. So he's got to have another couple of innings put together like that if he plans on sticking around long. 81% say Dodgers will win. Good call, you're right, Hot Wax. It is one of the most iconic plays in baseball. It seems as though they used to show that a lot more back in the days before YouTube. But now, in the days as time has passed, that seems to somehow be lost in the shuffle. You're right, JT. Click on the thumbs up button too if you can. That'll help drive in more traffic in here, get more people active in the chat, and make this a really good rocking place to be. So the Brewers leading 1-0. The Dodgers now trying to make it happen. Teoscar coming up. It'll be Teoscar, Rovert, and then Ohtani. The pitch is taken outside the cutter for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to Teoscar. One ball, no strikes. The pitch is swung on and missed on the cutter. 88-mile-an-hour cutter. This season in 89 games, Teoscar's hitting .249, 11 home runs and 42 ribbies. He's 3 for 10 with 3 strikeouts in this series. This pitch is fouled down the line. So the count is now 1-2 to Teoscar. I think once the Dodgers take a second look around at Henderson, they'll start to get to him. I got that feeling. Maybe they had to adjust from 103-mile-an-hour pitches yesterday to 88-mile and 93-mile-an-hour pitches today. There's a swing and a miss badly as Teoscar swings at a pitch way out of the strike zone, and it's Henderson's 3rd strikeout of the game and the 1st of the inning. So 1 out, and up comes Rovert. You're right, it's out there on YouTube, Hot Wax. Ben Rovert. My point being a lot of other things to see out there since then. There's a high fly ball out in center field, and waiting for it is Lara. Waiting, he's make the catch. There's 2 outs, and up comes Ohtani. That was a first ball swinging there by Rovert. Not good. And up comes Ohtani. He singled in the first inning and was left stranded on first base. Dodgers have left 2 guys stranded on base. The Brewers, on the other hand, just had what? A guy thrown out with a double play. So would that count as 6? What do you think, JT? A question for you. Pitch on the way is taken for a strike. JT, calling on JT. Do you know that one? If a inning ends in a double play, is that considered a guy stranded on base? I would think no, because he was involved in the play. That would be my initial thing. So it's strike 1, 0-1 the count to Ohtani. So if that's the case, it'll be 5 men stranded on base for the Brewers. There's a foul ball swung on and fouled away. 0-2 the count to Ohtani as my voice cracks. Henderson, excuse me, Henderson's now thrown 35 pitches. That's where Scooble should be at, actually. Pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's got 2 outs in the 3rd. Pitch is way high and outside for ball 2. Nice eye. Good eye by Ohtani, not going for that. Thank you, JT. Appreciate it. 2-2 the count. Swung on and missed. Oh, that was way out of the strike zone. The same thing that happened to Hernandez. That's the 4th strikeout for Henderson. The end of 3, the score, the Brewers 1, Dodgers 0. And up for the Brewers will be Lockridge, Ortiz, and Ornelas. So let's see if Skubal can make quick work of the Brewers just as he did in that 3rd inning, thanks to that double play as we move to the 4th inning. So it'll be Lockridge, Ortiz, and Ornelas, and if anybody gets on the top of the order, we go for the Brewers. And it'll be Contreras. He'll be the 4th hitter if anybody gets on. I hear you. You're right. Ohtani does need to be a lot better, but he's getting his hits. And I like him at the top of the order. That's nice. That's good. But if you leave him stranded on base, it's kind of like a waste of a guy at the plate. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Yes, it's considered stranded. Thank you so much, JT. I do appreciate that. So then if that's the case, if I don't need to say if that's the case. So that being the case, that means the Brewers have left 6 men stranded on base in the first 3 innings. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the third. Condolences to the Tommy John family. He passed away earlier today at 83 years old. Forever be remembered with that Tommy John surgery. Pitched for the Dodgers in the mid-70s, also a Yankee. There's a pitch swung on and foul. That was yesterday he passed away. News just hit today, this morning. So 0-1 the count to Lockridge. Today, Lockridge walked and scored a run, so he's got the lone run. Standing at the plate now. The 0-1 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1 on the changeup. Tommy John will forever be remembered for that sinker that he had. Pivotal part of that Dodgers team in the 70s with that infield of Lopes, Garvey, and Russell. There's a high fly ball moving over, fighting the sun is Tucker to make the catch for out number 1 in the 4th inning. So now Skubal's this next pitch will be his 60th pitch. In the 3rd inning, he did pitch 8 pitches. So that double play really helped. 33 pitches in the 2nd inning. Can you believe that? He's almost thrown as many pitches in the 2nd that Henderson's thrown in the entire game. Okay, his 60th pitch on the way. Swung on and a high foul back and out of play. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Good point, Elliott. Pitch on the way is 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. So that was a nice 8-pitch inning thanks to that double play that Skubal got in the 3rd inning. Trying to put together something like that now in the 4th inning. 1-0 Brewers lead. 1 out. 0-2 the count to Ortiz. Go ahead, strike him out right here and face the next guy up with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. He does just that. Okay, so 2 outs. It'll be Skubal's, I believe his 4th. It is his 4th strikeout. 3 strikeouts away from that jumbo jack. And nice place pitch there. And now Ornelas comes on. He got a single in his last at-bat. Again, just called up yesterday to the majors. There's a fakes this bunt. It'll be taken for strike 1. So go ahead, Skubal, eat him up. Get him. Get this guy hitting 188 at the plate. Make quick work of this inning. You've thrown 64 pitches. It's taken for a ball sinker, so it's now 1-1 count. 2 outs in the fourth, and nobody on for the Brewers, leading 1-0. They've already left 6 guys stranded on base. Pitch is low. They're going to check over at third on the half swing. They'll say no swing on the changeup, and the count is now 1-2. Or they, yeah, whoa. So 1-2. Looked like he went further around than he should have been able to, be allowed to, without being called a strike. 1-2. The pitch swung on. There's a number foul along third baseline. One and two count to Ornelas. Contreras waiting on deck. Skubal trying to get out of here, throwing 67 pitches. Let's see if he can do it. Swung on. There's a little ground ball. Nicely played by Muncy. The chopper throws over to first in time to Freeman, and he did it. The Dodgers are out of here. Out of the top of the fourth, Brewers 1, Dodgers 0. So that was a nice clean inning by Skubal, not allowing anybody on base. He's starting to get a little bit sharper as he continues on down this game. So 67 pitches. And for the Dodgers, coming up, it'll be Freeman, Pages, and Muncy coming up in the fourth inning. And if anybody gets on, Betts, Mookie Betts. Welcome in, Daniel. The chat is up. The poll is up. 82% say the Dodgers will win. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. That'll help. That thumbs up button help drive more traffic in here. Also, subscribe to the channel. I've now at 3,047 subscribers. You can see it right up there on the screen. Okay, Luka Doncic bobblehead promotion night, August 21st at 7:10 against the Pirates. That's August 21st. 40,000, first 40,000 fans in attendance. How about those Lakers being sold this past week? Okay, Freddie Freeman to the plate. Pitch is taken for called strike one. So Freeman, 0 for 1, flied out in his first at-bat. Pitch is taken way outside for a ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is swung on. There's a shot line right to the left fielder. Cheerio makes the catch for out number 1. So Skubal's now thrown 67 pitches. And Henderson's thrown 41. But keep in mind, Skubal's thrown 4 innings and Henderson's thrown 3 1/3 innings. So you can't yet compare the two equally yet till after this inning. So 41 pitches thrown by Henderson. He did strike out Pages on 3 pitches, and there's a swing and a miss by Pages, fouled back to the backstop. So 0-1 the count to Pages. Last at bat, struck out swinging, looking at all 3 pitches. First, in this second at bat, he comes out of the box swinging foul. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. It's now 0-2 on the cutter. 1 out. We're in the fourth. Brewers leading 1-0 on the 0-2 count to Pages. Pitch, there's a little ground ball hit down to the first baseman. Bowers, he's going to underhand to Henderson in time just before Pages for the second out. That'll be a 3-1 put out at first base. So 2 outs in the fourth, and up comes Muncy to the plate. Muncy 0 for 1, struck out in his first at-bat. One nothing Brewers lead. We are in the fourth inning. The pitch is outside, changeup for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. We're in the fourth inning. Brewers leading 1-0. The pitch on the way to Muncy. Taken high, fastball for ball 2. Brewers are now going to challenge that and lose that challenge badly. That wasn't even close. 2.1 inches way out of the strike zone. That's considered not even close. And the Brewers lose a challenge on that. So now they're down to 1 challenge the rest of the game. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the fourth inning, 2 outs. Swung on. There's a high fly ball into deep right field. Back away, back and gone. So Max Muncy hitting his 24th home run of the year, his 131st at Dodger Stadium. Big gong to that guy. 370 feet, just over that short part out there in right field. So this game is tied at 1 apiece on the shot by Muncy. And now comes Mookie Betts. Pitch is way inside. Let's see if we see a different Scooble now on the mound. I notice it with Yatani. These upper echelon pitchers, once they start to get some run support, they feel a little bit bigger and better and start to throw harder. And pitch on the way is a high fall pop-up. Fighting the sun at shortstop is Ortiz, still fighting it. He's got it, and that'll do it. The score after 4 complete from Dodger Stadium, Brewers 1, Dodgers 1. I'll be right back after this very short timeout.
Now the last slower is back.
Fastball for ball one, strike one to Contreras. At the top of the order we go for the Brewers on that big monstrous 132nd shot by Muncy at Dodger Stadium to give the tie up this game. A slider, 93-mile-an-hour slider for strike one. So 1-1 the count to Contreras at the plate. We're in the top of the fifth inning. The pitch swung on and fouled. Let's see, where is it? Tucker, actually, it's going to be fair. He's going to fight the sun in fair territory and make the catch for out number one. So Skubal's now thrown 70 pitches. That's an average a little bit more than about 16 an inning, the first 4 innings. So he's hopefully got to drive that down this inning, make quick work of it, and he got out of there throwing 3 pitches and 1 out. So not bad. Let's see if he can do that for the next couple of guys and continue driving that pitch count down. 70 pitches, 1 out in the 5th. The pitch on the way. Swung on, first ball swinging and fouled away by Lara. He's number 2. He's number 2 of Dodgers' all-time home run list. Career. I was referring just to home runs at Dodger Stadium with a 132. He just passed Karros. Karros is the all-time leader for the Dodgers. 1-1 the count. The pitch is taken for ball. Sinker. Ball 2. 73 pitches now Skubal's thrown. There's ball 3. If you're wondering, Karros is at 270 home runs, Muncy at 233. LA Dodger history. There's a ground ball sharply hit right there to Edman behind second base. Throws over to Freeman for the second out. So good. So now we got 2 outs, 5th inning. Skubal came in here in this 5th inning. He had thrown 67 pitches. Now he's thrown 8 pitches, and he's got 2 outs. Let's see if we can get a guy first ball swinging here and really drive that average down. That's Churio at the plate, top of the order, taken for called strike one on the slider. 91-mile-an-hour slider. 1-1 tie score. We're in the 5th. 0-1 the count to Churio. The pitch taken little outside on the changeup for ball 1. So the intensity in this series hasn't given up one notch, as this ball's way outside. Both teams, again, I described it early in Thursday's game as 2 big heavyweight fighters feeling each other out in a big prize fight. And here we are in the 4th game of this series in a 1-1 tie in the 5th inning. The 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3 on the changeup. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Churio. This will be Skubal's 13th pitch of the inning. Swung on and missed. Fastball, so 3-2. Count is now full. His 80th pitch, so he's now thrown 80 pitches. The count is 3-2. The pitch on the way. Swung on. There's a line shot, base hit, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. And Churio's going to continue running, rounding second. Let's see if he's going to go for third. The throw, he's going to stay at second. Okay. So the intensity, the speed he had chucking into second base, it looked like he was going to try to crank it up and continue, but he didn't. Okay. So a double there. Now Skubal's got to face the 4th guy in the inning. And that'll be Bowers. So any hope of having him have a pitch count under 10 isn't going to happen. Jake Bauers at the plate. He's 2 for 2. He singled in his last at bat. The pitch is taken for a called strike one on the changeup. 1 on, 2 outs, and a 1-1 tie, and an 0-1 count to Bauers. The pitch. Way, oh, chin music driving back Bauers. Takes more than a few steps back to get out of that one. Count is now 1-1. Skubal has now thrown 83 pitches, 1-1 the count. 2 outs, 5th inning. The pitch is taken low on the sinker for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Bauers. Churio away from second, swung on and missed. Nice changeup, 87 mile an hour. 2-2 the count. Now to Bauers. Let's make quick work of him right here so Skubal can go out there in the 6th inning. He's thrown 85 pitches. That 33 pitch inning in the 2nd really wrecked him. His pitch count at least fouled away. Luckily, Skubal throwing 33 pitches. He only gave up 1 run in that inning. And we're 1-1 tie right now. Bauers still hanging tough. 2-2 count. 2 outs, 5th inning, 1 on, 1-1 tie. The pitch swung on. There's a line shot, drops into right field. Churio's going to speed around third and score, and it'll now make it a 2-1 Brewer lead. With 2 outs and 1 on in Bauers, and Skubal's now thrown 87 pitches. He almost got out of that inning, not allowing a run, and there's the run. And he can only shake his head on the mound as Skubal. Bauers gives himself a hand. We're in the 5th. There's a pitch high out of the strike zone to Vaughn. Fastball. Andrew Vaughn 0 for 2 with a fly out and a grounded into a double play. In his last at-bat, guaranteed he won't ground into a double play this at-bat. 1-0 the count. The pitch is taken outside for ball 2. So any hope I had of him making quick work in that 5th inning so he can come into the 6th inning is going to be very highly questionable now, as he's throwing his 90th pitch right now for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. Brewers just got that lead right now in the single by Bauers. There's a shot into left field, base hit, and now we got 2 men on. So 2 on, 2 outs. And if the Brewers, let's see, if Brewers have already left 6 men stranded in this game, and if they don't score in this anymore, in other words, if Skubal gets Sanchez out, there'll be 8 men stranded. Let's see what's going to happen here. First and second, 2 outs, 5th inning. Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. Skubal now in 91 pitches, just trying to shut him down from not allowing another one. Big swing and a miss by Sanchez up there. And now we got some action in the bullpen. Eduardo Henriquez starts to throw. Sanchez 0 for 2 in this game, trying to drive home Bowers from second. Pitch is swung on and fouled back and out of play. It's now 0-2 count. And Skubal's 94th pitch is about ready to come. So Sanchez 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out, trying to hurt Skubal and the Dodgers right now by driving home Bowers. The pitch is taken. They're going to check at the check swing, no swing. So it's 1-2 now to Sanchez. One ball, two strikes. Dodgers trailing 2-1 in the fifth inning. They just got that second run here on the base hit by Bowers, driving home Churio. 1-2, the pitch. Here's a little ground ball hit down to Mookie Betts. He's going to go the long way to Freeman to get him. The 6-3 put out, and Skubal and the Dodgers are out of the top of the fifth inning. The score after 4.5 innings, Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. Dodgers got to get back in this. Brewers now have left two more men stranded on base. 8 men stranded on base. So if you're a Brewers fan and you do not win and they don't win this game, you got to really be frustrated in that regard. But right now you got the lead. So for the Dodgers, it'll be Tucker, Edman, and Teoscar coming up in the fifth inning, bottom of the fifth. Once again, thank you all for tuning in to this broadcast. If you're new to the channel, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be here all year long bringing you Dodger baseball, Ward's Eye View. Also, as the Dodgers season ends, NFL football, college football, and NBA. So thank you very much. You can even see if you do subscribe. I got the subscriber count up there in the corner. You can even see that count right there. It's at 3,054. So if you subscribe, you'll see it click to 3,055. It is free to subscribe. Right there, right above my head, you see the 3,054 subscriber count. So for the Dodgers, got to get back in this game. I think that'll be it for Skubal. Let's look at his totals right now if it is. There's no way Roberts sends him out there already throwing 95 pitches. He's in this game, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And it leaves with a 2.88 ERA. The one run that they scored was a little bobble play that was hit down to Mookie Betts at short, and he kind of ate up Edman with a quick little underhand, and that resulted in an error, and that's how the Brewers got their first run with the bases loaded. And now they just got Churio hits a double, and Bauer singles him home, and that's where we're at, 2-1 for the Brewers leading. Up comes Kyle Tucker, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Hey, a couple of people, thank you very much. Hit that subscribe. It was at 254. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, 50th pitch on the way from Henderson. A fastball taken for strike 1, and the count is now 0-1. 0-1 the count to Tucker. Dodgers trail now 2-1. Dodgers' lone run was a solo shot by Max Muncy in the right field seats, and that's how they got their run. And that was in the 5th inning. Check that, the 4th inning. That's when the Dodgers got that Muncy home run to make it 1-1 at the tie, and the Brewers came back and answered with another run to make it 2-1. The 0-2 pitch to Tucker, swung on. There's a ground ball down there to Ornelas at second, throws on over to first base Bowers for the 4-3 put out, and that'll do it for the Dodgers. Tucker with 1 out. So 1 out, and up comes Tommy Edman. So Edman, there's been a lot of changes throughout the lineups and the Dodgers in the 4-game series, Edman's one of the few mainstays playing at second base for all 4 games. The pitch on the way is taken for called strike 1. Every single Dodger position has had changes except for Pages in center and Teoscar in right, along with Edman at second. Okay, 0-1 the count to Edman. Waiting in. Pitch is swung on and missed. That's the starting lineup I'm referring to. Edman played center field, left field briefly, but I'm talking as far as starting lineup. Okay, 0-2 now the count to Edman. We're in the 5th inning, 2-1 Brewers lead. He grounded out into a double play in his first at-bat. Pitch is low in the changeup. Waiting on deck is Teoscar. 1 out, we're in the 5th inning. Pitch swung on and fouled back. One and 2 the count. The pitch swung on and a high pop-up coming in is Ortiz at short. He's there fighting that sun. He'll make the catch just on the tip of the grass there in front of second base for the second out. And up comes Teoscar Hernandez. Teoscar struck out in his first at-bat. So he struck out and looking badly and doing it, going after a pitch way outside. There's a first ball swinging, a little ground ball down to the Bowers. The underhands to Henderson, and that'll do it. Another 1-2-3 inning. That will be a 1-3 putout, and the Dodgers are done in the 5th inning. The score, Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. And for Milwaukee, coming up, it'll be Lockridge, Ortiz, and Ornelas. Also, the Dodgers look like they'll have a new pitcher, and Hernandez, let's see for sure, hasn't officially been announced yet. You're right, the lack of base runners, JT. So the Dodgers, on one end, have only, let's see, they've left 2 men stranded on base. And the Brewers have left 8 men stranded on base. So on paper, you would think this game should really be a runaway. Milwaukee should be leading about 5-1, you would think, from the men that they've left stranded, the opportunities they've had. Kind of interesting, JT, the Dodgers, when they were having that 7-game losing streak, remember all of those blunders, those errors that they were making on base paths, getting cut off, getting pecked off, and getting caught, taking an extra base, and now suddenly the issue is you can't get anyone on base, even to make those base-running blunders. Well, hopefully all that'll be cured tomorrow when they take a big step down in competition. No knock on the Rockies, but they're not the Brewers. They'll be in for 3 games. Actually, Dodgers go to Colorado. Rockies last in the National League West, 49 wins and 74 losses. And the Dodgers will be playing them for 3 games in Colorado. So maybe just what the doctor ordered, bringing in the Rockies or having them play the Rockies when they need it after a tough series. Pitch on the way. Skubal is out there. Ho-ho! So Skubal is out there. And pitch is 90 through his 96 pitch to Lockridge, and it's fouled away. So 0-1 the count to Lockridge. Skubal out there for his 97th pitch. Swung on, fouled back. I guess Roberts would have him on there with a very short leash, maybe to just faced a couple of righties. We'll see what's happening here. Lockridge 0 for 1, walked and scored a run. His 98th pitch, swung on and missed on the changeup. Okay, so we got his strikeout there. Nice. So let's see if he's going to continue pushing the limit. 98 pitches. He hasn't thrown 100 yet. That's Scooble's 5th strikeout in the game. So I was actually pleasantly surprised. They put Scooble out there again, maybe just to see, maybe this will be his last hitter. Pitch is a slider. Actually, okay, it's 0-1. So Scooble knows he's on borrowed time, so he's just going out there and throwing strikes right now. Pitch is on the way, changeup fouled away. It's now 0-2. On his 100th pitch. We're in the 6th inning, 1 out. Brewers 2, Dodgers 1, and Scooble's pitching his best inning so far. There's a foul by Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Good point, Rico. There was a swing and a miss. So 2 outs. I like what you said, Rico. The attitude should help wake up the bats, showing that Scooble's out there, gutty performance, throwing over 100 pitches. And he strikes out his 2nd man of the inning. And that'll be his 7th strikeout on 102 pitches he's thrown. So Scooble giving all he's got out there, leaving nothing in the tank. So 103 pitches Scooble is thrown. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed on the changeup. It's now 1-1 count. So it's only 2-1. Dodgers, the way they're kind of just going through the motions out there, body language, you would think they were down 8-1. 1-1 pitch, swing on a miss on the changeup. So Scooble, knowing he's on borrowed time after that's 105th pitch he just threw. So he's throwing 99 miles an hour in that fastball. He's still dealing, JT. One and two. Pitch is low, just missing a 99 mile an hour fastball again. It's 2-2 now on his 106th pitch. Scooble trying to reach down and get something a little bit extra right here. Try to punch him out. Swung on it, all fouled away. Just barely got a hold of that one, Ornelas. So I kind of understand now Robert's sending him out there to go to face the bottom of the order, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. At first I was kind of taken back. What? He's letting him go out there with 95 pitches thrown, but I guess Robert's thinking was let him go out there and face the bottom of the order and do it. There's a pitch fouled away on Scooble's 108th pitch that ties his career high. So he is in uncharted waters right now at 108 pitches. This is the big boys league now, no longer pitching for Detroit. Pitch is taken for called strike 3, and that'll do it. He leaves Ornelas standing at the plate saying, I've never seen a pitch like that in the minors, and that'll do it. The score after 5.5 innings in Los Angeles, Brewers 2, Dodgers 1, and Scooble's giving it all he's got, leaves to a standing ovation after throwing 109 pitches and trailing. So let's see if the Dodgers can rally around, get him some runs, and make him the pitcher of record on the winning note. Right now he stands to lose the game if the Dodgers don't come off the deck and score anything else. And with those Dodgers, it'll be the bottom of the order and Rovert, and then the top of the order, followed by Ohtani and Freeman. If anybody gets on, Pages. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in to this broadcast. Dodgers and the Brewers Dodgers trying to tie up this series at 2 apiece and get out of here and go to Colorado. The Brewers trying to put their foot on the Dodgers by taking 3 out of 4 games with a win today. So this is a big game. Big game for the Dodgers in so many different ways. May come down to home field advantage down the stretch when you start looking at home field throughout the playoffs as well. If you're enjoying the broadcast, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'll be here all year long bringing Dodger baseball. Now, if you're a Milwaukee fan, say, why do I want to subscribe to this guy? Well, I'll also be doing NFL football, Packer games, possibly along the lines of that. So just throwing that out there. Meanwhile, for the Dodgers, it'll be Henderson still going out there facing Rovert. So they're going to leave Henderson in, and no reason they shouldn't. He shut him down. He's only thrown 59 pitches. Huh, I had to do a double take on that. Wow. So his pitch on the way is taken for strike 1. 59 pitches. You think about that. The guy he's facing's thrown over 100, like 109 pitches in Skubal. But remember, he pitched half an inning more. Pitches outside for a ball 1. So as Skubal leaves, he gives the fans a treat. Jumbo Jacks for everybody tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink from Jack in the Box. Meanwhile, back to live action. The pitch count is 60 for Henderson. 1-1 count to Rovert. The pitch is taken for a strike on the changeup. It's now 1-2. Ohtani waiting on deck. It's only 2-1. People, don't go away. This game's far from over. One ball, 2 strikes to Rovert. The pitch is swung on and missed in the dirt, chasing a bad pitch, and down he goes. That's Henderson's 5th strikeout of the game, and up comes Ohtani. So Ohtani steps in, hitting 1 for 2. He's out with a single, led off the game with a single, was stranded at first. There's a foul ball on the cutter. Count is now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Ohtani. 2-1 Brewers lead. Pitches way outside for ball 1 on the changeup. So Henderson's done a marvelous job of keeping his pitch count down. He's only thrown 64 pitches, and we're in the 6th inning. Can you believe that? 1-1 the count. The pitch swung on and missed. It's now 1-2. 1 out in 6th inning. Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. The Dodgers trying to get it, score something in this game, at least in this inning, to take the loss away from Skubal. Here's the pitch. There's a shot. It's going to fall. Nope. Right lined out to Cheerio in left field. So 2 outs now. 2 outs in the 6th. And up comes Freddie Freeman. So Henderson has Freddie Freeman 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a line out. Let's see if Henderson can keep that going in his favor. 66 pitches he's thrown. And the pitch on the way is taken high for ball 1 on the cutter. One ball, no strikes. Pitch is swung on and missed. A big swing by Freeman. It's strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Waiting on deck is Pages. Swung on a high fly pop-up. Ortiz at short is under it. He'll make the quick catch. So not as high as I thought. The count, and it'll be it for the end of the 6th inning. The score after 6 complete innings, Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. For the Brewers. Now that we know, let's see, for the Brewers coming up, it'll be Contreras, Lara, and Churio, the top of the order. Now that we know Skubal is officially done, let's go ahead and I'll give you his totals on what he did in today's game. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Leaves with a 2.85 ERA. And let's see who the Dodgers have come in. Maybe Hernandez. Let's see. So the Dodgers tomorrow, as I said, they're going to, after today's game, they head on out of here and go to Colorado to take on the Rockies for 3 games. That'll be a 5:40 start tomorrow night in Colorado. Actually, a 6:40 start in Colorado, 5:40 start in LA. So 1 hour time difference, 1 hour ahead in Colorado, 6:40 there, and 5:40 in Los Angeles. And that'll be the same start time for all 3 games, in fact. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, they have a day off. And then they'll come back home for a very short 3-game homestand against the Pirates. So that'll be interesting. Then they take a travel day off, and I'll go on to that later. But anyway, so that's how it looks for the Dodgers coming up tomorrow, this week actually, a week in review. So Henriquez is now on the mound. We move to the 7th inning. And all we're asking Henriquez is keep them at bay, keep them in line check, and don't let them give up. There's a big swing and a miss at a 101-mile-an-hour sinker to Contreras for strike 1. Give the Dodgers a chance to come back. Henderson doesn't look like he's going anywhere as far as on the mound with a very low pitch count. 0-1 pitch by Henriquez is foul, way back up into the stands, and it's 0-2. The count to Contreras. Brewers 2, Dodgers 1. We're in the 7th inning. Swung on and a high pop-up. Under it is Muncy again, fighting that sun, waiting. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Yesterday, Jacob Mizorowski was out of his mind, pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts. He was unhittable for the Dodgers. Dodgers helped out a lot by swinging at pitches way out of the strike zone, but that's another story. So back to this game, 1 out, 7th inning. Henriquez threw 3 pitches and got an out. Let's see what he's going to do with Lara up at the plate. Pitch to Lara's way inside, 100-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Lara. We're in the 7th inning, 1 out. Pitches taken for ball 2, just inside. So 2 balls and no strikes. Seventh inning, 1 out. Pitch. Swung on. There's a sharp ground ball hit to Edman. Backhands. Nice scoot. Picks himself up and throws him out. Backhanded that ball on a sliding motion. Picked himself up and threw over to Freddie Freeman on the 4-3 putout. And there's now 2 outs in the 7th inning. Tommy Edmonds really playing well at second base since coming on late into this season. Missed a great deal of the beginning of the season due to injuries, but he is really playing nicely there. The pitch is taken right down the middle for a strike on the 101-mile-an-hour sinker. Jackson Cheerio up there, 1 for 3. He doubled and then came around to score on Bauer's single, and that's why it's 2-1 right now instead of 1-1. Cheerio at the plate. The pitch, there's a fly ball moving over his paw heads. It'll drop in front of him, and Cheerio's aboard with a single. So Jake Bauer's coming up. He got the go-ahead RBI. Roberts is now going to come out here with a very quick hook and take out Henriquez. He's seen enough. And up comes Vesia. I always wonder on that. Sometimes you wonder, why does he come at such a quick hook? And other times that hook seems like forever before it comes. I.e. Irving Cole. We all saw him live through that nightmare a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, up comes Vesia. Now we're involved in a pitching change. So Henriquez pitches to 3 guys, gets 2 out. 1 guy gets a single and he gets a hook. And up comes Bowers. I think it's all analytics. They're looking guy versus this guy. Actually, if you really want to give it any more thought, right, JT? All analytics. Also, possibly the lefty facing Bowers. Yeah, I think you're right, Rico. It is a matchup thing. They look at all those numbers and take things into consideration on that lefty versus righty and what have they done against. Sometimes even a right-hand pitcher will be more effective against a left-hand batter. Depending on, you wouldn't think so, but on matchups. I remember Valenzuela, his screwball was wicked to the opposite hitter, I should say. Okay, Bowers to the plate. 2 outs, 1 on. Pitches inside for fastball for ball 1. Vesia with a 2.79 ERA, 1-1 record. Trying to again hold down the fort. Not allow any runs, give the Dodgers a chance. There's a high fly ball. It's going to go drop. It's going to go to the wall. Cheerio's going to be speeding around. He's going to go around third, coming to the plate. He will score, and it's 3-1 on the double by Bowers. Once that ball went all the way to the wall, forget all about it. Cheerio wasn't going to stop. He's got some wheels on him, and he scored easily standing up. And that combination burned the Dodgers in the 5th inning when it was Cheerio that got the double and Bowers that got the single. Now they flip and reverse roles. Cheerio gets a single and Bowers gets the double, and it results in a run for the Brewers. 3-1 Brewers lead in the 7th. Vesia to the mound. The pitch swung on. There's a sharp ground ball. Base hit into left field. Rounding third, coming to the plate as Bowers quickly the throw. The tag. He's in there. Diving head first as it's now 4-1. So Vesia's come in and thrown 3 pitches, and allowed 2 runs. Can you believe that? That went right past, in between Muncy and Betts, no fault of theirs. It's just the way they were positioned. But the throw just late, as Bowers had his mind made up, he was coming to the plate no matter what. And now in the 7th inning, with the Dodgers down to their last 9 outs, it's now 4-1. Sanchez now to the plate. They're going to throw over to first and diving back. Hamilton's now pinch running at first base for Vaughn. Pitch is high for ball 1. Sanchez at the plate, 1 ball. He's 0 for 3 in this game. But all of that hard work by Skubal is he left losing 2-1, and now it's 4-1. Pitch is taken for a strike. If the Dodgers don't come back and win this, Skubal will be tagged with a loss after throwing 109 pitches. You would think when a guy's going to go above and beyond like that and throw that many pitches that he would be pitching for his life to get the win, but not the case here. So it'll change up. They're going to check over at first, half swing, no swing. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Patricia's already cooking the Dodgers. She's already gone. Sad, Dodgers are cooked. She's leaving the kitchen and has already called it that the Dodgers are sad. Hang in there, Patricia. They're going to Colorado for 3 quick W's, just like they did against the Royals before. So 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is taken for called strike 2. Now makes it full count. 7th inning, 2 outs, 1 on. 3-2 count to Sanchez, but the big story is Brewers got 2 runs in this inning. They came in leading 2-1. Now they're leading 4-1. Vesia trying to battle and get out of this inning. Hamilton's running from first on the full count. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to Muncy. Nicely gloves it, throws over to Freeman in time, and the Brewers are done, but not until they score 2 more runs. The Brewers, 4 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Dodgers, 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Brewers got 10 hits earlier. Let's see, that was on Thursday the Brewers got 10 hits. I remember that because that's when Diaz was in there, and they lost that. 10 hits. Diaz makes an appearance, not on the mound, but on the scoreboard for the Brewers with 10 hits. Okay, Pages, Muncy, and Betts are coming up. And if anybody gets on, Tucker. You're exactly right, Hot Wax. Everybody called that before this series begun, that this is for the postseason and the home field advantage, very much concerned. So let's just, not that we're giving up on this game, but let's just, worst case scenario, look at it. Brewers win today. That'll be their 76th win. Dodgers will have 74 wins. So a whole lot still of baseball to be played. It's not like they'll have a 5-game lead on them in the standings. But yes, I do see your point. It's going to be a dogfight, especially when it comes down to home field advantage against a tough top team like the Brewers. Exactly, you're right on that. Lousy Richard chimes in. Welcome in, Richard. Lousy August for the Dodgers. Everyone is playing poorly. You're right, when you start off with a 7-game losing streak. That 7-game losing streak started when? At the end of July, but it continued on to early August. You look at my schedule here. That's right, the last game in July, and then they started the first 6 games in August with losses. So good call there, Richard. You're right. You put yourself behind the 8 ball when you start a month losing the first 6 games. So Logan Henderson's back out there again, only thrown 69 pitches, and with a 4-1 lead in the 7th inning, he's feeling pretty good right now. Here comes Pages to the plate, trying to change his fate. Turn that upside down smile. Here he goes. It's way inside for ball 1. Pages 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Switches swung and missed. Not sure what you mean, the AI thing. Oh, that thing. I see what you mean. You mean the graphics. That's a Major League Baseball app. That is an app by Major League Baseball. So 1-1 the count to Pages. The pitch is high on the four-seam fastball. I think that's what you mean, Hall-Eye Grimes. I believe that's what you mean, the AI thing. And you have a good concern on that, Hot Wax. I see your concern and fear on that totally. Coming down the stretch. This is already mid-August. We got all the September to go, but yes, you're right. They're starting to position themselves right now for playoff position. 2-1 the count to Henderson, to Pages. It's now 3-1. So Pages showing a little discipline, working the count. Meanwhile, the Brewers got Patrick and Ashby throwing in the bullpen. As Henderson's now thrown his 74th pitch, fouled out of play, swung at ball 4. It's not the first time we've seen that in this series. 3-2 the count is. Three and two the count, full count. Pitch is high, way high for ball 4. So there we go. One man on, the leadoff man on with a walk. Now we got to start getting something going here. Muncy coming to the plate. 4-1 Dodgers trail. In Muncy's last home run, he hit it into the seats. So let's see what Muncy can do now up there. 1 for 2 with a solo home run against Henderson. Henderson might be getting tired here. His 76th pitch swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-1. Holla, you're welcome for the information. If you enjoyed the broadcast, please hit the subscribe button and like. Pitch on the way is low for ball 1, just low on the fastball. And let's see, they're going to be. They're not going to challenge that, thankfully, because that would have been a strike had the Brewers challenge. Oh, Brewers are out of challenges. Okay, now I see it. No more challenges for the Brewers. So it's wild, wild west now for the umps. All right, they don't have to worry about being challenged by their count. Now Sanchez will come out and have a few words with his pitcher. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that, Hulla. Appreciate it indeed. Thank you so much. So, here's the stage set. 7th inning. No outs. 1 on. Henderson starting to get a little sloppy here. Already walked a man. He's got a 1-1 count to Muncy, who already homered against him. 2 guys warming up, Ashby and Patrick in the Brewer bullpen. But the Brewers got that 4-1 lead, so they are playing with a little bit of house money here. Let's see what Muncy can do right here to make him get him a little nervous. 1-1 the count. Pitch is swung out of the strike zone. High riding fastball, and the count is now 1-2. So that'll help out Henderson. High riding fastball. Again, one of the toughest things in baseball to resist from. 1-2 the count to Muncy. Pitch swung on. There's poke. Muncy falls out of the batter's box, but he'll be caught by Churio in left field for out number 1. Muncy never even got out of the batter's box. As soon as he swung at that, he fell down. Rarely do I see that. His spikes just, and he tried to get up and slipped again. Looked like one of those guys in a food fight trying to fight in a food fight and slipping in the vegetables. I don't mean to laugh at Muncy, but that was interesting. Swung on and fouled away by Betts. 0-1 the count. Seventh inning, 1 on, 1 out. 0-1 the count to Betts. They throw over to first base. Back is Pages. Pages got on first with a walk. Tucker waiting on deck. Pitch is swung on and fouled away. 0-2 the count to Betts. Dodgers trying to avoid the double play. The pitch way outside of the strike zone. Betts swings and down he goes. And that'll be Henderson's 6th strikeout, the 2nd out of the inning. And one man still stranded on base. Pages with a leadoff walk, and up comes Tucker. So Tucker comes up here hitting 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. The pitch swung on and missed on the changeup. 0-1 the count to Henderson. 4-1 Brewers lead. We're in the 7th inning. Way outside and low in the changeup for ball 1. Dodgers trying desperately to put something together. Patch and piecework, maybe a walk here and a little blooper there and hit batter, something. Get anything going. Let's go. It's 2 outs, 7th inning. You're down to your last 7 outs in this game. Pitch swung on and missed by Tucker. That was a big swing. The count is now 1-2. 85 pitches Henderson's thrown. We've only seen the big home run by Muncy. That was a solo home run. Meanwhile, the Brewers have been working their way around the bases every which way to get their 4 runs. There's a swing and fouled back. At the beginning of this game, they were saying it's really hot at Dodger Stadium. We anticipate a lot of home runs, balls flying out of here. That hasn't been the case. Only 1 home run. Pitch, there's a ground foul. One ball, 2 strikes to Tucker. Dodgers currently 2 games behind the Brewers. If they lose, there'll be 3 games in the NL standings. Braves are nestled in between the 2 of them. Swung and fouled away. So Brewers, Braves, and Dodgers as of right now. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tucker. Pages at first base. He got on with a leadoff walk, and they've left him stranded there. Tomorrow, the Dodgers are actually tonight. After this game, they travel to Colorado to take on the Rockies for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pitch is way outside, and ball 2. That's a minor victory for the Dodgers, not swinging at that pitch that was way outside. They've been going fishing a lot of times in this series for pitches like that. 89th pitch thrown by Henderson. So they can just keep working the count. They can get rid of him. He's starting to run out of gas and hit that 100 pitch count. The pitch inside, foul, and the fastball counting remains 2-2. Thank you, Steven. Didn't know the stat that they bid on a West Coast tour. 2-2 the count. Pitch swung on and missed. Oh, no. Did he get it? No, he did get it. Okay, so it wasn't a miss. Tucker's got that big, smooth swing. Meanwhile, Henderson has thrown 22 pitches in this inning alone, by far the most. He had thrown 18 pitches in the first inning. And now the Dodgers finally start to wake up and make them work. This ball's way in the dirt on the sweeper for 3-2. Henderson's pitch count's up to 92 now. We're in the 7th inning. It's getting late in the ball game. Chicago Bears is in here. Sandarelli. I remember seeing Chicago Bears at 85 in the Cubs series. So he's in here checking out to see if the Dodgers can help out his Cubbies. Pitch is swung on. There's a little ground ball. Hit sharply down. Henderson picks it up, throws it, runs to first base himself and gets it on the one put out. And that'll do it for the Dodgers. As he hit that ball, he gloved it running all in stride and kept running and legged out Tucker to the plate, to the first base, and that'll do it. The score at the end of 7 complete, Brewers 4, Dodgers 1. We move to the 8th inning, and I'm going to call a timeout. We'll be right back. It's time for another life slower, take a quick break now. Another life slower to be right back. Giving you great play-by-play action, blazing it now. Another life slower is quick break now. Another life slower is back. Okay, back and better than ever, ready for the 8th inning, as the Dodgers will now send out Hurt to pitch. So the combination didn't work too well with Henriquez and Vesia. That was in the 7th inning. That allowed 2 runs to score. Now let's see if Hurt can keep them at bay. It's 4-1 Brewers lead as we enter the 8th inning. And up comes Lockridge. The pitch is way high for ball 1, a strike, way out of the strike zone. 1-0. Kyle Hurt in there with a 4.46 ERA, 3-1 record, facing Lockridge. A pitch swung on and missed on the changeup. For the Brewers this inning, it'll be Lockridge, Ortiz, and Ornelas. Again, the bottom of the order. This is what Skubal faced his last inning of work. There's a big swing and a miss on the changeup. Makes the count 1-2. One and two the count. The pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. Nice work, Hurt. I hear you, Stephen. I understand where you're coming from totally. He doesn't want to see a lockout, but I see how there can't see how there can't be. So good fodder for thought. Owners have never given in for one, Stormy. They know once they give in, not the owners, the Players Agents Association, Union, there you go. Union has never given in to one, and they know once they do, there's never going back. So they're going to hold through it, fight through it tooth and nail. Meanwhile, the pitch on the way to Ortiz is ball. Next pitch is a strike right down the middle on a changeup. One and one the count to Ortiz. The pitch on the way, swung on, there's a shot, foul. It looked a lot more promising coming out of the bat, and it just, that angle. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ortiz. Warming up in the bullpen, now the lone set man of warming up. Looks like Patrick in there. One ball, 2 strikes to Ortiz. The pitch swung on and missed. He strikes out his second guy. So Hurt comes in here throwing smoke. 8 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 2 outs in the 8th, and up comes Ornelas. So he should make quick work of Ornelas, right? He just came up from the minor leagues 2 days ago. No knock on Ornelas, but this is the Major League Baseball. Here we go. 1 and 3, got a single earlier, and that was off Skubal. So props and respects to Ornelas on that one. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, we're in the 8th inning. Pitch is taken low. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgers down to their last 6 outs. Right now their concern is getting Ornelas out of here so they can get to the plate. The pitch swung on and missed on a high riding fastball. Count is now 1 and 2. 4-1 Brewers lead. We're in the 8th inning. 2 outs for the Brewers. Kyle Hurt, if he can get 1 more strike, will have struck out the side. Let's see if he can do it. Looks down to revert behind the plate, gets the sign, and the 1-2 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 3 called, and that'll do it. So Hurt makes good, quick work of the Brewers in the 8th inning. And now, after 7.5 innings, we move to the bottom of the 8th. The score, Brewers 4, Dodgers 1. And for the Dodgers, coming up will be Tommy Edman, Teoscar, and Revert. Well, might be a pinch hitter. I don't know if they'll have Revert go up there. We'll see what Roberts wants to pull out of his hat. Once again, thank you all for tuning into this broadcast. Sincerely appreciate your support along the way. I know there's other channels out there for you to turn to, and even if you're here only for a little bit, if you're enjoying the broadcast, hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe to the channel. I'll be here doing Dodger baseball, NFL, NBA, the whole works as we move on to the end of the year. So you can even see, you know what, I put that subscribe count up. That's new and improved for the channel. I've got 3,070 right now. If you subscribe, you will see your subscribe count and click that dial. It'll move to 3,071. So anyways, once again, we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. And now it'll be Patrick. So Patrick's the man that gets the call for the Brewers. Give you a little information on Chad Patrick. Hard-throwing right-hander, 28-year-old, 6'1", 270-pounder out of Crown Point, Indiana. Comes in with a 3.40 ERA, 6-4 record on the year. 0-1 the count to Edman. Pitch is taken low on the fastball for ball one. So let's see if the Dodgers, now that they got rid of their starter Henderson, the Brewers got rid of their starter, let's see if the Dodgers can take advantage of it like the Brewers took advantage of Scoobleby. Now there's a high pop-up. Moving under it is Ornelas at second base, waiting. He's got it for the first out. So they didn't do it there. Brewers got 2 runs as soon as they got rid of Scooble. That was in the 7th. They went the whole game through 6 innings with only 2 runs. Then the Dodgers dip into the bullpen. The Brewers right away get 2 more runs to make it a 4-1 game. And Fiducia now is on deck swinging, getting ready. Meanwhile, Teoscar's at the plate. Takes a cutter for ball 1. 1 out, we're in the 8th inning. Brewers 4, Dodgers 1. Patrick on the mound. Pitch is taken for called strike 1, a sinker. Brewers 4, Dodgers 1. We're in the 8th. Dodgers now down to their last 5 outs. Nobody on. The pitch way inside for ball 2. Teoscar showing a little bit of discipline in there. That's good. 2 balls, 1 strike. Way outside this pitch goes, and this ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike to Teoscar. I would say make Patrick throw a strike. We need base runners on. Make them throw a strike. Don't swing. Pitch on the way, swung on. There's a little bouncing ball. Eats up the second baseman, Ornelas, and on base is Teoscar. So Ornelas was caught in between hops. He kind of tried to backhand. It skidded past him, and Teoscar's aboard. So don't listen to me, Teoscar. You know best. Base hit, whacked in. Nice. So what had happened there was Ornelas had a long run to go with it, the way he was positioned, and the way then he tried to slide after the ball that it kind of got past him. So nothing that Ornelas did wrong, just trying to cover up a lot of ground. And the ball was moving faster than he was, and it skips past him into right field for a base hit. So now, looks like we got the pitching coach out there to have a few words with him. Patrick has thrown 8 pitches. He's gotten 1 out, gotten 1 on, and Hunter Fiducia now has got a pinch hit for Rovert and stay in and catch for him, no doubt. This season, and played at Tampa Bay and in LA, hitting .235, 3 home runs and 13 ribbies. So Patrick has now been coached up on how to handle Fiducia. Ohtani's on deck. Pitch is taken for strike 1. The tying run is on deck in Shohei Ohtani. Let's see if he's given a chance to be the tying run. First pitch to Fiducia is a strike. 0-1 the count. Pitch is way in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and moving over to second base, now in scoring position is Teoscar. Okay, so a little bit of chinks in the armor starting to come up now for the Brewers as the catcher Sanchez tried to backhand that, and it got past him. Patrick's thrown 10 pitches. He's given up a single. One of them got past the catcher. He's gotten one out. Now he's at a 1-1 count to Fiducia. Whole lot of action happening in those 10. There's a ground sharp, eats up Ornelas, and it's into base hit. Fiducia's aboard, rounding third, and he didn't score. Hernandez stops at third. I really thought he was going to try to go for it, but no. Okay, you got one out. No reason to go for it. My bad. I think he did the right thing, only because you got Ohtani coming up. If you had a weak hitter coming up, back in the old days when you had a pitcher coming up, yes, maybe, but not with Ohtani. Future first ballot Hall of Famer, you stay where you're at third base. So runners at second and third. They're coming out with a hook to get Patrick. He threw 11 pitches, allowed 2 men on, got one out. And when they see Shohei coming up there, they say enough's enough. And we got SCI Hind is now back. Flores is in. And there's a timeout for a pitching change happening right now. Pitching change is happening. It's all happening. We're going to bring in Ashby. So Ashby was the other pitcher that was warming up alongside of Patrick when Henderson was pitching. So now they go with Ashby. Let's give you a little bit of insight on Ashby. Aaron Ashby, he's a lefty. 28-year-old lefty, 6 foot, 194 pounder out of Kansas City, Missouri, is being brought in now to shut down Shohei. So they're going lefty on lefty action and see if they can put the fire out that the Dodgers have somehow got cooking here by bringing in a lefty. Let's see if it's going to work. Shohei started this game with a single, and he's been quiet after that. He struck out. 1 for 2, facing a fresh horse, and Ashby coming in now. I agree with you. I would think the same thing, Bryant. I was asking myself the same thing, Bryant. I said, how did he not score? What is he? I think he might have been held up by the third base coach. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say the third base coach held him up because Shohei's coming up, Freeman's coming up. No reason to run yourself out of the inning. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so in comes Ashby. It's Ashby versus Ohtani, but good question to ask indeed. Runners at first and third. First pitch is way outside for ball one. Be a little more selective, Shohei. You got to do it. Don't go up there first ball swinging. He didn't do that. Thankfully, that pitch was way outside. He couldn't do that. 1-0 the count. Away from third is Hernandez. The pitch on the way is taken low. Curveball misses. That's going to be a ball. So that's 2 balls and no strikes. So Fiducia's at first. You got Teoscar at third. 1 out, 8th inning. 2-0 pitchers, a shot. It's going to be, 4, 6, 3, double play, and down go the Dodgers. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? That goes from Ornelas to Ortiz to Bowers, and the Dodgers are done. Patricia saw it coming a long time ago. She said they were cooked, and it looks like she's on the right track on that one. Can you believe that? The 6-4-3 double play. And the irony of all is the man that leads baseball in double plays was on deck in Freddie Freeman. So we move now to the 9th inning. It was Patricia Jones way back at 33 minutes ago. She said the Dodgers are cooked, and that double play right there summed it up looking at the chat. So we moved to the 9th inning, and that was a golden opportunity that went for naught. Score after 8 complete innings, Brewers 4, Dodgers 1 on the Shohei Ohtani inning double play. Try that again. Tongue twister. Inning-ending double play. There we go. Thanks again, all of you, for tuning in to the broadcast. To give you a big gong to you guys. I know there's a lot of other things and channels you can be doing. You chose this channel, so a big gong to each and every one of you for tuning in to watch this broadcast, the Dodgers and the Brewers. So if you're a Brewer fan, you got to be loving it. If you're a Dodger fan, hang in there. Colorado Rockies are on their way, or the Dodgers are on their way to them. That'll be a 3-game road trip for the Dodgers going to Colorado. That'll start tomorrow, and then they have Thursday off, and then come home for a 3-game homestand. Kind of funny scheduling they did, and then they leave for a long road trip. So there you go. That's just baseball. In and out, back out again. And up on the mound goes Kyle Hurt, 9th inning. He did so well striking out the side in the 8th inning. Doc Roberts says, go on out there and go after Contreras. You did well with the bottom of the order. Now you got the big boys on the top of the order. Contreras takes a strike. It'll be Contreras, Lara, and Churio. First 3 hitters Hurt will face. Brewers bullpen, they got McGill warming up. 0-1 pitch swung on and missed on the fastball. It's 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Fastball, so it's now 0-2. 4-1 Brewers lead. We're in the 9th inning. Snyder, you're right. Snyder had a big disappointment. You summed it up perfectly with that one. Pitch is a slider for a ball, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Lara for the Brewers. We're in the 9th inning. Pitch is swung on. There's a belt shot. It'll be caught by Hernandez in left field for out number 1. So this game is approaching the 2-hour and 30-minute mark. We're 3 minutes shy of that, and it'll be a 2.5-hour game, put it that way. Okay, 0 for 4, Lara at the plate. Grounded out in his last at-bat. Pitch on the way high and outside for ball 1. So Hurt has pitched to 4 batters, and he's got them all out. Struck out the side in the 8th inning, and he got Contreras there to fly out in the 9th. Lara to the plate. Righty on lefty action. Way outside, ball 2. You're right, Strider. They got to figure it out. Will Smith or not, they got to do it. The sands of time are running low. They're still got the 3rd best record in the National League as of now. But I hear you, and I know where you're coming from exactly. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's fouled away. It's now 2-2 on the changeup. We're in the 9th inning. 4-1 Brewers lead. The 2-2 pitch by Hurt on the way. Swung on and fouled right at the plate. Count remains 2-2. Fiducia now behind the plate. He got that base hit for pinch hitting for Rovert and stays behind the plate. Got a little piece of that one. So as I said, the Dodgers fly out to Colorado for a short 3-game road trip, then come back and play the Pirates for a short 3-game homestand. So they could easily be 6-0 after this game. So hang in there, Dodger fans. It's not all lost. Pitch is high and away. I see 3-3. That's 6 easy wins. Unless Skeens is in there. Maybe they'll throw Skeens in there, but we'll see. All the Dodgers got to do is to line up Yamamoto or Skubal to go up against them. 3-2 the count to Laura. Pitch is swung on and missed. Absolutely right, Rico. He's gotten first 4 guys he's faced. He's got his 5th guy that he's faced right here at 3-2 count. Pitch is swung on and fouled away. Difference in the two, of course, being Vesia is a lefty and Hurt is a right-hander. But I do get your point. I think they were looking at situations lefty on lefty and righty on righty when they brought in Vesia. 3-2 the count to Laura. 1 out. We're in the 9th inning. 4-1 Brewers lead. High for ball 4, so he's aboard with a walk. So if the Dodgers lose this game, well, they will have lost the series 3-1 to the Brewers and fall 3 games behind in the win column to them. Yep, 3 games they'll fall in the win column if they lose today, and lose the series 3-1 also. Okay, 0-1 the count to Churio. 1 on, 1 out. Hurt throws over to first base. So he had everything moving, struck out the first 3 guys he faced in the 8th, got Contreras to line out, and then he walked Lara. So let's see if he can double up. That'll be a tough double to get Lara. Churio at the plate. Pitch swung on and missed. On the changeup, the count is now 0-2. Just go ahead and strike out Churio and deal with the next guy. Forget about trying to shoot 2. Pitch is high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Churio. We're in the 9th. 1 out, 1 on. Dodgers down to their last 3 outs. But right now they got to get 2 more outs here, stop the bleeding. Here's a high fly ball. Back goes Tucker to the wall, to the warning track. That's off the wall. He should have caught that, but the ball, Sun is fighting him. Lawrence rounding third. He'll go to rounding second. He'll go to third on the double by, lost track of, it was a double by Churio, sorry. So Bauer's now coming to the plate. He should have caught that ball. The ball trickled off of his glove, bounced against the fence. He'll be the first one to tell you he should have caught it. And then he just kind of ho-hum, goes over slowly and picks up the ball. So now we got runners at second and third. Roberts is off of his seat, standing up in disbelief. How could he not catch that ball? Sun's been giving players the whole day. It's been fighting with the players in the field and trying to catch these balls. That might have been half losing it and whatever, but that should have been caught. Major league ball should have caught that. So now you got runners at second and third, and Roberts is now going to go out with a hook and get rid of Hurt. So Hurt threw 30 pitches, and looks like Jack Dreyer will be the man getting the call. Pitch into Bowers. Correct. 100% believe 100% agree with you, Jan Burr, on that. You're right. The players we got through trade or free agency have been a little, I'd say, little bit more than a little disappointing. My issue early on with Kyle Tucker was on the field, and more than the hitting. I know it's easy to point out the hitting 240, but the hustle, just not hustling out. And right there, right after he couldn't catch that ball, he kind of just ho-hummed, kind of went over to pick it up. He wasn't really moving. in desperation to pick that ball up and fire it in. The runner Churio Laura didn't score anyways, held him at third base, but had he scored, you could then point to that, hey, he should have been moving quicker to get to that ball. Losing it in the sun is one thing. Bouncing against the fence, probably you no doubt should have caught it, but then your reaction after that, you got to move like your hair's on fire to get that ball and throw it in quickly, and he kind of just ho-hummed it. That's the little things I'm talking about when I would get after Tucker. So 64% have voted in the poll, say the Dodgers will win. That's on life support. As we're having a pitching change right now, Jack Dreyer will come in and face Bowers. This whole, twice, not once, but twice, that combination of Churio and Bowers have burned the Dodgers for 2 runs. And that's the first time in the 5th inning, it was Churio. First time it was Churio that doubled and Bowers that singled him in. And then the next time around they scored, it was Churio that singled and Bowers doubled him home, resulting in 2 runs. And right now I bring that up because Churio doubled and up comes Bowers. That same combination that's haunted the Dodgers 2 previous times in this game. Bowers is 4 for 4, 3 singles, a double, and 2 RBIs and a run scored. With those stats, he's going straight to Cooperstown after this game. If he only had to face this Dodger pitching staff. So at the plate facing Bowers, who's 4 for 4. Jack Dreyer's got to come up with something here to keep him in check. Brewers 4, Dodgers 1. We're in the 9th inning. And Jack Dreyer trying to keep Bowers from scoring, getting more RBs. There's a big swing and a miss with a curveball, 79-mile-an-hour curve. 6 for 13 in the series. It's 4 for 4 today, but 6 for 13. 3 RBIs, 3 walks this series, Bowers. And today, 4 for 4. Pitches taken for a ball in the fastball. 1 out. We're in the 9th inning. 2 on and 1 out. 4-1 Brewers leading. The infield is way up on the grass, edge of the grass. There's a swing and a foul back to the backstop. One ball, 2 strikes to Bowers. 4-1 Brewers lead. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a curveball. The pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. He strikes out Bowers. No. That ball was tipped. He's still up there. So it's not going to be that easy. And a big swing, and he just got that little tip somehow, some way. And he's still 2-2. Bowers 4 for 4, hitting .275. Pitch is way high, and the fastball for ball 3. The count is full. We got 1 out. We're in the 9th with 2 on. Okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bowers. 4-1 Brewers leading. Dodgers trying to desperately get out of here without allowing any more runs because they're down to their last 3 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Pitches, check swing. They're going to look over at first. No swing. So the second time that Bowers is given a reprieve. Once on that little foul tip and this one on that half swing. And it's ball 4. So now the bases are loaded. So Hamilton now comes up. He pinch ran. That's how he got in this game. Bases loaded. The pitch is taken for called strike one. 0-1 the count to Hamilton. Bases loaded. The Brewers have left, I lost track at 8 men stranded on base. But they got a 4-run lead, so they're playing with house money. Here's a pitch low curveball for ball one. 1 out. Hamilton to the plate. Infield is still up on the grass part, trying to cut down the run at the plate. Pitch is swung on and missed. A big swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. You're right, Yosemite. Yosemite hiker. You couldn't be more right. Come on, Dreyer. Let's go. We got Yosemite hiker in here. 1-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled away. One ball, 2 strikes. Hamilton hanging tough up there. Dreyer's pitch is swung on. There's a little number. Here's the up infield. Oh, Edman can't handle it. In comes the run. It gets past him, and everyone moves around. 2 more runs score on that one. As it looked as though Edman had it, but it just ate him up. Got past him, and 2 runs score, and it's 6-1 game. Let's see the replay on that. What happened to Tommy Edman? So he kind of moves up. He tried to backhand it. That's what happened. Tried to backhand it. The ball skipped off of his glove and into shallow right field. And 2 runs easily scored. Had Edman caught that, he would have thrown to the plate for 1. And Fiducia would have thrown to first for the double play. But we can forget all about that. That didn't happen. Now we got runners at second and third. 1 out remains. 2 runs cross the plate. And it's now 6-1 Brewers. And that might be all she wrote. Patricia called that at 3 o'clock. Patricia Jones said the Dodgers were cooked, and she somehow looked into the future and knew it would be a 6-1 game. Swung on and missed on the curveball. It's now 0-2. And now we got Toe Booth Willett saying we don't need Skubal. I wonder, I haven't done a look. I know Skubal's played in 3 games. Has the Dodgers won? I don't know if they've won any game he's pitched in. Pitches 0-2 strikeout and get Sanchez down. I know he's started 3 games, has Skubal. So not good. So 2 outs now. 2 on, 2 outs. Lockridge comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this game. And that Tommy Edman, usually the reliable Tommy Edman at second base, would have caught that ball and pulled what I call now as a Rojas. It'll famously be known as a Rojas. Catch the ball, throw quickly to the plate, and get the man out. But Edman couldn't pull the trigger on it. Okay, so 0-1 the count to Lockridge. 2 on, 2 outs, 9th inning, 6-1 score. There's a ground foul down the third baseline. Yep, Yosemite hiker chimes in again. You couldn't be more right on that one. Dodgers looks like the starters are going to have to go the distance and give the bullpen it's slacking. They're slacking indeed. 0-2. The pitch, big swing and a miss, and down he goes, but a little too late. 2 more runs cross the plate. The score after 8.5 innings. Brewers 6. Dodgers 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The last chance hope. It'll be Freeman, Pages, and Muncy coming up. So, you're right, Jesse. You can't blame Skubal. But I guess in a weird way, you could look at it and say he threw 33 pitches in the 2nd inning. He only gave up 1 run. but had he kept his pitch count lower, that would have meant he could have gone later into the game like Henderson did. And he was battling against himself in that 33 pitch inning in the second inning, trying to get back on track, and that caused for the Dodgers. Keep in mind, he did give up 2 runs, and the Dodgers have only scored 1. So if the bullpen would have been doing their job and held him at bay, they'd still be losing 2-1 at the hands of Skubal. Not blaming Skubal, but just letting you know, Jesse, that's how it all plays out into the bigger scheme of the picture. Tucker, Diaz, and who else? So, yeah. So, the Dodgers, you're right, JT. Dodgers are not hitting, and that's a great point. Look at this. Dodgers 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors. The Milwaukee Brewers 6 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Skubal gave up 7 hits himself. Luckily, the Dodgers 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So after Skubal left, the bullpen gave up 4 hits, resulting in 4 runs. 4 hits, 4 runs. So DL Hall now comes in trying to shut down the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman 0 for 3 with a fly out, a line out. Hit up at the plate. 6-1 Brewers lead. Jesse's right on again. The Dodgers offense has been like this for the past couple of weeks. Pitch is a ball, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Freeman. We're in the 9th inning. DL Hall trying to come home and bring it home. A victory. Pitch swung on and fouled away as a pitch. It's now 1-2. So as we get towards the end of this game, I want to give a big tip of the cap to all of you for tuning in. I've had my most views because of this 4-game series, so thank you all for tuning in and being good, loyal Major League Baseball fans, Brewer and Dodger fans alike. 2-2 the count to Freeman. Brewers 6, Dodgers 1. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Freddie Freeman, and down goes Freeman on that one. It's 1 out. 1 out in the 9th inning. You're right, channel. Jesse, thank you so much for the support. Jesse says, everyone, give him a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm at 3,881 subscribers. You can see that number above my head right there. Right there above my head. If you subscribe, you'll see your subscribe be clicked on that running tally. Anyways, back to live action. 1 out, 9th inning. The pitch swung on and fouled away. One ball, 1 strike to Pages. Hall. Thank you very much, you 2 guys, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. Pitch is way high. So I just saw it move to 2. So now we're at 3,083. 2 balls, 1 strike to Pages. The pitch way inside for ball 3. Pages trying to work the count. Three balls, 1 strike. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full. Errors this season, 25, third worst in Major League Baseball, the last 33 games. There's a big stat for you on that one. The last 33 games, the third most. There's a high fly ball ripped by Pages way back to the wall and gone. Big gong for that guy. Home run by Pages, his 21st home run, and the Dodgers aren't dead yet, as Pages hit a 382-foot home run into the left field pavilion. And let's bang the bongos for him. Okay, now that that's out of my system, back to live action. You're right, Yosemite Hiker. They need a touchdown here, and that'll pull them. So it's 6-2. Now the pitching coach, let's see if he's out there having a few words with Hall, DL Hall, on that solo shot. 1 out remains still, 9th inning. That was Pages, as I said, 21st home run, second in the last 3 games. Makes the score 6-2. Dodgers' only 2 runs this game have been by home runs. 1 by Muncy, 1 by Pages. Boy, would it have been nice if Ohtani would have pulled the trigger on that one in the 8th inning. Instead, he hit into a double play to end the inning. So we're going to have a pinch hitter now. Rojas coming in for Muncy. This season in 79 games, Rojas hitting .286, 3 homers. A pitch is high fly ball. It's going to be waiting for in the left field, right field. He'll make the catch for the out by Locklear. And now there's 2 outs in the 9th. So Mookie Betts comes in, the last hope for the Dodgers. 1 for 3 to keep this going. Pitch is taken for called strike 1, the curveball. Count is now 0-1. 9th inning, 2 outs, 6-2 Brewers lead. The pitch is way outside on the changeup for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to Ortiz at short. Gloves it, throws over to first at Bowers, and that'll do it for the Dodgers. This game is OVER, and the Dodgers are not on the winning end of it. So the final totals of this game for the Brewers to win it: 6 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Dodgers losing numbers: 2 runs, 6 hits, and a big 2 errors. Both of those errors resulted in runs for the Brewers. The winning pitcher will be Henderson. The losing pitcher will be Skubal. And the Dodgers will be on their way on the plane flying out of here, going to Colorado for a 3-game road trip before returning back to LA. Let's see if I can get one last total here. They're not showing. Will they give a save? The Skubal, the numbers, nothing coming up yet. That'll do it. But I do thank all of you for tuning in, as this game is over. So, Dan Weaver, thank you for chiming in. Too slow. Teoscar needs to go. Tucker and Diaz need to board a boat back to New York. Not worth a plane. So, adios, amigos. Thank you so much, Yosemite Hiker, for tuning in to the broadcast. I bid you all a pleasant, good day wherever you may be. This game is OVER. Thank you so much, and have a good afternoon and good day.
Play, what crazy game does this to many great plays?